Hi everybody, this is Saad for the Sad Truth. The number of emails that I'm receiving from folks who wish to share with me their first-person accounts of the lunacy that they are facing on campuses is simply overwhelming. And so, of course, I could put these all together, in a packet and read a whole bunch of them, but then it might be overwhelming to read, 20, 30 of them in one shot. And so I will share once in a while these testimonies as they come in. And as I said, I am keeping all of them as part of a central repository for posterity. In any case, this is two emails. The first one I received in October of this past year, and the second one was just now, today, this morning. I opened my emails and saw it from the same gentleman. So I'll read you the first email followed by the second one. So here we go. Hello, Dr. Saad. My name is XXX. I removed his name, and I'm a third-year mechanical engineering student at Colorado State University. I follow your work in Darwinian consumption and have a particular interest in your public work about censorship, especially on university campuses. I have been a residence assistant at my university for the past 2 years and have been under a constant barrage of censorship by higher-ups in the university and university policy as a whole. The university pushes the ideas of privilege, trigger warnings covering anything and everything, intolerance for secularists, microaggression, and safe spaces, and I'm constantly told off during my discussion if I hold a not approved stance. There was a slight typo in his email. I thought that college was supposed to be an area where all ideas are challenged to promote growth and knowledge and understanding. However, since I have started college, it seems to be instead an iron curtain that forces only one set of opinions. I feel my free speech is stifled, with there being only one tiny legally mandated quote free speech area, and the general student body suffering from apathy. I want to be exposed to new ideas and different perspectives, but the university censors everything, from the college newspaper to what residents are allowed to write on the whiteboards hung on their doors. I send you this email to thank you for your public vocalization on the issue and to ask if you have any advice for dealing with this situation. Your talks with Sam Harris, where I first heard of you, and with Dave Rubin are great, and I hope you continue with this battle. Thank you for your vocalization on this issue. I wrote back to him then, this is back in October, suggesting that he contact my friend Greg Lukianoff, who's been a guest on my show, who is the director of FIRE, the Foundation of Individual Rights in Education, and apparently this student in question was going to do so. Then I did not hear back from him until, as I said, this weekend. Here is his latest email. Hello, Dr. Saad. Now, this story is simply incredible. You truly would think this is satire from Saturday Night Live, or maybe this is some gulag in North Korea, but no, this is happening at Colorado State University. Hello, Dr. Saad. I have another worrying story for you. In a residence assistant staff meeting, we were required to do an activity in which each of the four corners of the room were labeled with either strongly agree, agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. The residence director would then read a statement such as, I believe LGBTQ individuals should be able to adopt children, or I acknowledge my white privilege. We would then have to walk to the corner signaling our level of agreement with the statement. This activity revealed by isolation the few individuals who differed from the leftist agenda. The residence director would then publicly shame the outliers, giving the usual spiel of how they were racist, bigoted, homophobic, etc. By the end of the activity, most of the few outliers stopped giving their truthful opinion and started sticking with the crowd to avoid the backlash. This systematic conditioning is repulsive and something I can't believe is happening in this country. Now, just for a second, imagine, right? In a public setting at a university, a public university, someone is putting you literally physically through conditioning, through brainwashing. What I mean by physically is that you have to walk to each of these four corners to demonstrate that you are a good sheep. Later that meeting, a white male with dreadlocks walked by the room we were meeting in. The residence director then gave a 30-minute lecture stating, quote, "White people are not allowed to wear dreadlocks." I interjected stating, quote, "While I don't think anyone should wear dreadlocks, I don't think someone should be prohibited from wearing them because of race." This got me called a racist cultural appropriator. I rebutted, stating the resident director was wearing blue jeans, which were invented in Italy, and therefore by her logic, she was culturally appropriating. Predictably, this did not go over well, and I was told in a roundabout way that it only counts if I do it because I am a white male, and it does not apply to her because she is an obese black woman. I have gone to the highest administrator in residence life with my concerns only to be told they are doing everything right and I should not hold the opinions I hold. The residence director have not hired me back because I refuse to be silenced. I'm done self-censoring out of fear of academic impediment or public repercussions. If you wish to post this, you may include identifiers. I will no longer be a castrato. Glad to see that my popularizing of this term is making its way to the common parlance. Thank you for all you do as a catalyst, a mobilizer, and an academic. I still decided to not include his name, but I didn't remove the name of his university and so on because maybe they need to be shamed. So there you have it, folks. Someone who is going to university at Colorado State has to either sheepishly agree to whatever the resident director is telling him or her that they must agree to, or else they face the repercussions of the thought police. And that is literally so. This is not hyperbolic. It's simply breathtaking. And again, this is 1, 2, 3 emails that I'm sharing with you here amongst a tsunami of such emails. I mean, people are writing to me desperate in terms of the realities that they're saying. They're confused. They don't know what to do, whom to turn to, and so they write to me hoping that somehow they at least have a sympathetic ear, if not someone who could intervene on their behalf. And of course, I can't intervene directly in each case, but what I can do is use whatever platform that I have to make others aware of what is going on. So to those who think, well, come on, why do you waste so much time talking about social justice warriors and about these issues? You are part of the problem. You are enemies of human dignity. You are enemies of human reason. By minimizing this reality, even if only one person were facing this, it would be bad enough, let alone the stifling environment that everyone now must abide by. So rather than asking me why I address this, maybe you should join the fight and hopefully help me and the others who are fighting it win this battle. There you have it, folks. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I'll talk to you soon.